It's funny, like, I could probably walk by like a Charger, a Padre.
So he doesn't even name anyone.
You
He's just like
know,
team player person.
I could probably be in the line with like Phillip Rivers and not even know, unless I like was really stared at him.
Yeah.
But someone like Andre Galvez and me,
Yeah.
standing next to me in line, I go
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to Modesties for Ugly People. It's your boy Big Daddy Dominic Alvarez, and I'm running solo today, at least as a host. Today in the house, I have a guy, a mentor, a friend of mine. He agreed to do the podcast with me for specific reasons that we're going to get into pretty soon. I've been struggling with a nickname for you, but I think I got one for you. So Ricky, the Total Package Nunez. I think that describes you. Ricky, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Man, thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it. I'm doing good.
Can I ask you, like, why the total package? I don't.
I could be dick. I mean, you could say Ricky the dickhead Nunez. I mean, but I thought the total package was suffice, right?
That's funny.
Okay.
That's good.
I thought that's pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah, today, man, Rick has been here for easily 40 minutes. We were waiting for our co-host that's normally here, but he's not here. He had his obligations, and then good on him.
Kids,
So,
man, they ruin
Rick.
everything. They ruin lives.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. You could say they ruin lives, They set shit on fire and you're like, should I let it burn or save it? And then, parenting goes either way.
The kid. Well, first you got to take pictures. There's like your priority.
Did you hear that story today? It was on the news, like the radio news. Yeah, there was this guy. I guess he's kind of bragging on the internet, like he saved someone's life or something, or he saved this old elderly couple from a ditch or something. Like he winched them out. But the first thing he did is he told his wife, he was like, "Hey, honey, record this. Record me being a hero." So he winches them out. And finally, they get him out. Thank you very much. And he's sitting there like doing it for the. It's like, come on, man. Those are? I mean, I'm sure they weren't underwater or anything, but Jesus Christ, did you have to? Did you have to do it?
Nowadays, it's like if it doesn't recorded, it like doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, I have a funny story with a friend of mine when the flip phones had the camera on there. Like one of the very first ones, my friend had to have it, then he got it. So he was at a Charger game. Who comes rolling in the house? The one and only Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Rolls in there. They watch the Charger game. He's like, "Hey, Chuck, can I have a picture?" Goes up to him. Yeah, he does his thing. He takes a picture. The wife closes the phone. Now, back in the day, you had to push the save button. So she took the picture, allegedly, and closed the phone, and therefore the evidence was lost in time and space. So I was like,
well, it's like when we were kids. If I told you that like I saved a monkey from like a burning car, you'd have been like, "Ricky's a monkey saver."
Yeah, he's a
but
monkey saver.
now it's like no, you didn't. Let me see the pictures.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, who's recording?
You got a GoPro or something? Like,
yeah. You got a GoPro.
Like I just walk around with my GoPro on my
Who
head.
fucking doesn't have a GoPro nowadays?
I have a GoPro.
Yeah, I
You want to know a funny story about the GoPro?
Sure.
Is I got it last Father's Day as a gift, and so I said, let's try this out because I'm a pretty avid fisherman. I don't know. If
Yeah,
you knew that.
yeah. You told me
Yeah,
that.
so I said, let's try it out. Let's go down to the bay. I'll strap it on my head and I'll record myself fishing.
Yeah.
And so I catch a fish within like 4 casts. It was summertime, using good lures, and boom. And then I'm fishing right underneath the bridge, underneath the Ingram Street Bridge in Mission Bay.
Okay.
And we just hear like, there's a car crash. And so like I drop my pole and I run up the hill, and there's like some wooden stairs that I went up, and they were okay. The guy just rear-ended the lady, but it was just bizarre because it was like nothing like that ever happens.
Right.
But the second I get a GoPro on my head, like a car accident happens.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool. Like the footage looks all dramatic. I'm running
Yeah.
and shit like that. Yeah, because that thing captures sound like crazy.
Oh, dude, it's eerily good. You know what I mean?
Like because believe it or not, I'm actually afraid of the ocean, even though I surf.
What?
And yeah, I the ocean terrifies me. And
wait, before you go on, let me give a proper intro, just beside your name.
Okay.
Ricky is a good friend of mine, and or good acquaintance, whatever you want to call it. He was actually my trainer in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is a purple belt under the Roy Harris umbrella. Joe Moreira umbrella, and obviously the skill trickled down all the way to Jeff Stein. Jeff Stein gave him his purple belt, and now he's a bad son of a bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've had the privilege and honor of rolling with this dude, and he's very nice on the mat. He's very, very nice to me. So Rick, your accommodations and the medals and the belt that you achieved is admirable, and I applaud you for that, and I admire you a lot. So
is that what you meant by the total package? Right?
You take it. I mean, you can go the Arnold route, the Van Damme route, but he does jiu-jitsu instead. He doesn't practice manly shit like karate. Okay, he does that lovey-dovey huggy shit, jiu-jitsu.
It's only gay if you make eye contact. Remember.
And me and you have conversations while we roll, so that's funny.
It's funny is I've actually responded to a text message while I was rolling.
Whoa, what? You ain't that good. Hold on, I give you a lot of credit, but you ain't that fucking good.
And it was against a blue belt too. And,
wow.
And so I have him in S mount.
Mm-hmm.
It's a top position for those.
People are not going to know what the fuck.
Anyway,
they're going to space out in 2 seconds. So.
I'm on top. My phone goes off. It's in arm's reach. So I put my weight down on his ribs.
Yeah.
And
so Ricky.
So I
sat back.
Grabbed my phone. Said, "I'm busy." I forgot who texted me.
Yeah.
I'm busy. Send. He sees it and slaps my phone out of my hand. Calls me a dick.
Yeah. Such a dick.
It was all in fun, but
yeah.
It was really funny. So till this day, I'll text him every once in a while and be like, "Hey, I'm rolling with someone right now.
Don't fucking do that to me. I will bite you. I will bite your shit, dude." Anyway, so back to the everybody has to capture shit on GoPro and phones and all that type of jazz.
Yeah, so I'm terrified of the ocean.
Yeah,
but I love to surf.
Wow,
Well, I like, to me, it's almost like more of a rush because I'm afraid of it.
Oh.
Because it's like, not only do I gotta not get hurt, not drown.
Yeah.
I have to not get eaten by something or have a panic attack.
Yeah.
I was surfing when I first started surfing. I was out with a buddy and we saw this sea lion swim right underneath us. It was huge.
Yeah.
Probably 4 feet. It was a big sea lion, big bulky guy.
We just saw those this weekend. Those are big.
They're big.
They're big.
And you're in their world.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, I still can't really sit on my board yet. That well.
You have a mean S mount and you can't fucking mount your board.
For real. So this
oh my God, the irony.
This thing swims underneath us.
Uh-huh.
It circles us, and it's popping up, wanting to play with us. Well, I'm terrified.
Oh my God.
So what happens?
Yeah.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
I fall off. My buddy's dying laughing. He's cracking up. The thing is no longer in sight.
Yeah. Can you at least swim?
I can swim, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not one of those Mexicans.
Oh, okay. You actually made it across the board.
So I had a floating door, but now the thing's not in sight.
Yeah.
And I'm freaking out. And, if those of you who don't surf, if you ever try to pull yourself up from a pool, that's hard enough. And the surfboard's not stable.
Right. Yeah. Pulling yourself up from a pool. I mean, you have concrete or stairs or another person. You're good.
So I just out of panic, flopped my body on the board.
Yeah.
And then got back, and he's dying laughing, and I was like, "That's enough surfing for the day."
Yeah. That's a trip, man. I don't know what I would do if I saw that shit right up in front of me. I'm not a huge fan of the. First off, I'm not a huge fan of the fucking beach. I can't stand the beach.
Really?
There's people.
I love the beach, man.
And there's sand. Those are two bugaboos for me, so I just don't go. People are dicks, and sand gets in your ass. I don't really like the two combination.
So when people find out that you do hula, do they automatically associate that with beach? Because I do. Well, I associate it with Hawaii, and obviously
Hawaii with the beach. Yeah,
beach.
What Pete when I was dancing and stuff, and the minute I said I hula dance professionally or just for a side gig, something like that. Oh my God! So you put your hands and you do the wave motion with your hands, and you wear the grass skirts and stuff. And
do people think you're gay when you do that?
Well, people think I'm gay even if I didn't do that. So, I mean, like I said, it's I didn't know I was gay until I sucked the dick. And it's what? They are pretty tasty. Bacon. They taste like bacon. But that's why some Mexicans call it chorizo. I was curious, but so when they say you do hula, when they with the grass skirts and you do this and stuff like that, and that is part of it. It is part of the culture. It's part of the history and all that stuff. So I say yes, I do that. However, I do competitions as well, and I do this. And the style, we talked last week, and I won't bore any of you guys with it today, but in your review, the style of which we did was very masculine style. It wasn't the kind of flimsy hand kind of stuff. It was actually we stood up straight, and I guess the best way to describe it is militant.
Like a haka, kind of.
Almost. But
that style.
Yeah, but a little more refined. It was definitely more sharpened than that. That was a little more lucid, but very strong-willed.
Yes.
Very, I guess you would say the mana, the energy was all rough, and you know. But yeah, but Kahiko, like hula Kahiko, is very. I guess we'd call it strong in 90-degree angle. You know what I mean? You have to sharp turn this, sharp turn that, and it's the best. As Bruce Lee would say it, the unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness. It was a great combination of getting that 90-degree, hitting your marks and stuff like that, while being fluid and strong and stiff at the same time. It was a great combination of the two. So I would explain and give them a good education of what kind of dancing I did, so I wouldn't be offended by it by any means.
Yeah.
But to answer your second question, yes, they thought I was homosexual all the time, and you get it all the time.
Yeah.
And again, I would flip my hair, and I would be like, "Hey!"
That's really funny.
So they'd be like, "Are you gay?" No, bro, I dance hula. What the fuck? How did that fucking cross? So that never
well, it's like any man in like the fashion industry. You know, you could be, straight as an arrow. But, I'm a designer for Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
They're like,
what the fuck? Or even
I don't know if I want you in my car.
Yeah, or like guys are on Broadway, they're singing, they're dancing, and they're doing the whole nine, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, you're not gay? Like you're tagging that hot chick that you just had a duet with? What the fuck? And you wonder like why some guys get into it.
Yeah.
It's you wonder why some guys get into cheerleading and shit. It's not the fucking, because I was on a scholarship. It's to look up panties. You were young, you weren't very good at football, but you saw the bitch, the hot chick that
and
you
get to touch them.
And you get to touch them right on their waist, their goodness, and then you go, 1, 2, 3, God! Then you're up there, and you're like, "Yep, that's what it's about, guys."
This
is
gonna ruin my life
in more ways than one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you ain't gonna be with the cool crowd, that's for sure.
It's like funny. Speaking of that, my son, he always tells people, he's 12, so he's at that age where he's he's just coming to his own. He's trying to find his own sense of humor.
Yeah.
And he always tells people, well, my dad, he rolls around with sweaty men for a living. And people are always like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's always on top of men and stuff. That's what he does for work.
He won't tell me in detail, but he just tells me in general. No, see, I have almost the same, a similar story, parallel. When I first met my wife and we were dating, she would explain to her dad what I did. Was hula, and he explained to the family just as a joke that I'm a stripper. So he was like, he's on the pole all the time, and I was like, oh my god. So when I came around, I got those looks, just those. Oh, here's the stripper. Like, what do we talk about?
Well, that's when you just keep it vague on purpose. Like, oh, I'm a dancer.
Well, I didn't know at the time, and even though, again, I was trying to educate people. So what kind of dancing do you do? Oh, I do some Polynesian, I do some, Micronesian, I do this and that. I try all types of dances, and like they're like, oh, all types, huh? So
the whole time they're just picturing you on the pole, man.
I would like to think so.
On the stripping pole.
Not the playground one. It's like, Dom, put your clothes back up.
You want to know what's funny is, my daughter, she's 6, and so I was like, I really need to stop her from like watching TV or watching YouTube because she had a dollar bill. This was like a month ago. She had a dollar bill and she's in the living room and she's dancing. And I said, what are you doing, Natalie? And she goes, I'm shaking it for dollar bills. And I'm like, do you know what that means? And she's like, no. She's like, I'm dancing and I have $1. And I'm like, you need to go to homeschool. Yeah. It's time for you to get homeschooled now. Oh my God. My 6-year-old daughter just told me she was shaking it for
The World
$1.
Wide Web is a double-edged sword.
I hate that they watch YouTube, because YouTube is, even though it's like,
why don't you do kids YouTube?
Censored. I don't even know there was a kids YouTube.
Oh, well, again, similar story. I look on my kid's iPad. There was adult things on there, but now that she's not in the room, she just happened to go because clickbait and this video.
Yeah.
You could be watching a golden retriever, and all of a sudden it goes to a golden blonde, and that golden blonde goes to stripper pole golden blonde. You know what I mean? So it goes down the line really quick.
I go from jiu-jitsu techniques to like a giraffe giving birth
to some jiu-jitsu techniques. You know what I'm saying? That triangle is a little low lady in your muff. and she didn't even shave. Oh, that's a terrible triangle. But it depends on who's getting it, though.
That's such a 90s word,
muff. Yeah, there's no muffs nowadays, bro.
What does Leo say on Wolf of Wall Street? They're bald from the eyebrows down.
But yeah, so Get Kids YouTube. Yeah, but so to finish the story real quick, she was watching How to Strip for Your Boyfriend. All of a sudden, like, it got down the line and How to Strip for Your Boyfriend. A very attractive woman was, see, you should do this, and there was a guy on the chair, and they were doing some cool stuff. So yeah, so that happened. And so I go, and I give her a chance to be honest. Like, I'm not just gonna flip my lid. I'm like, what happened? How did you get here? I was like, what were you watching? Adult stuff. Are you supposed to be so on and so forth? So a friend of mine that goes, dude, you got to get YouTube Kids because they screen everything, and it's very annoying because of the parents that take advantage of it. They make their millions of dollars off of that too. Yeah, so there's this one that my daughter is very obsessed with, which is called Chase TV, and they go on trips. That's all they do. They go Disney Florida. They go to Six Flags. I've seen
that before.
And they record it. It's a 24-hour thing, almost the highlights of a 24-hour day or a week vacation.
All with GoPros, huh? Oh, motherfucking GoPros, man!
Fucking ruin the world, and they're getting smaller too.
The GoPros.
Yeah, did you see them?
Have you seen that little black one? That's
what I'm saying. They're getting I would, dude. Me and you, one day, me and you, because Rick, like I said, his background, he was in the military for a little bit. We're not going to go into it. He asked me not to talk about it, but he's and thank you for your service. I really appreciate that, man. It takes balls to do that. And then all of a sudden, you had a very interesting story about you were a Macy's investigator. So he had like a whole the JJ JoJo C thing. So what did you do for Macy's? Before we get into a whole lot of I'm gonna take it down a little to get to your badassery and what we're trying to accomplish here, because he just had a really cool opportunity come to him that we're gonna talk about later on, and I'm very proud of, and I can't wait to be a part of it too, just to help a brother out. So you used to be a Macy's.
I was part of Macy's investigations task force.
Investigations task force. So, what gun did you carry besides the price check?
A pen.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're a bad motherfucker coming out of the military, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna check some bitches out or whatever. So, what went down? What made you get that, and how did it go about?
My a buddy of mine worked for Albertsons. He was a loss prevention detective for Albertsons.
That does not follow. Does not follow.
And so I said, well, what do you do for what does a loss prevention person for Albertsons do?
Right.
And he said, we look for shoplifters. And I said, well, what the fuck are they stealing at grocery stores? And he's like, mainly liquor.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'd be surprised at liquor.
And so what happened was I started working there. I started working for Albertsons.
Oh, okay. So it gets a little deeper, guys.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm so into it.
Within about 6 months, they asked me to be part of their Blitz team. And what a Blitz team does is they go undercover to different Albertsons.
Oh.
And
I had SWAT uniforms in mind.
No, so they
put that motherfucking cheap ass pop off down, bitch. AR-15s right at their dome.
So like if a store is getting a lot of theft, we would go in undercover for a whole shift, and we would just bust people shoplifting. And it was awesome. I was at the Chula Vista store on 3rd.
They don't have criminals there.
I think it is.
What are you talking about?
And,
they don't have any criminals there.
We chased this kid. In the middle of the parking lot. Dude pulls out like a rifle out of his trunk. So we just bolted the other way.
Yeah.
Chula Vista PD actually ended up getting them, and it was an airsoft gun.
Oh,
but at the time,
oh shit! You don't see that little orange nub at the very end. You're like, holy shit! You look at it in its entirety.
So I thought we'd keep the beer. So, anyways,
yeah.
So I'm working for Albertsons and doing that.
Yeah.
And then it got real lame. We weren't allowed to catch shoplifters.
I thought that's where it was at, bro. I thought that's where the action's at.
Right? Kick that ham out of your pants,
lady. You old fart, get out of here.
I had a lot more compassion working for Albertsons, though, because, one time I caught a lady stealing a whole bunch of baby food, like actual baby food.
Oh, man.
And she's like, hey, I just don't have enough food to feed my baby. So I let her go.
Yeah.
With the baby food and everything, and so.
I hear about that a lot.
When I started working for Macy's, I figured out that Macy's was, a little bit more hardcore. They were,
much more hardcore than Albertsons?
way more hardcore than Albertsons.
Okay,
like they had different divisions.
You see how I'm kind of giving you you want to tell this? I don't know. You're gonna be we're gonna promote you in a minute. You know what I mean? So
no, let me tell you.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you. So, they have like different departments within their loss prevention organization, and so now Macy's, you're actually able to apprehend shoplifters.
You hem them up. You get to hem them up. And
you got
everything.
issued handcuffs.
Did you have a little jail there?
Well, we do. So we did. We had a booking area.
I was just joking.
No.
But, oh my god!
There's a booking area with the stainless steel bench. It's got a rail where you handcuff the people to the railing.
Right.
And then some stores actually have like a legit door that you close on them. Clean. And so anyways, I thought this was awesome.
Yeah.
I started at the Otay Ranch store, slow, dead. Just kids stealing. Kids stealing.
Yeah.
Apprehended a kid one time and threw some punches at me. And his dad was a sergeant with Chula Vista Police Department.
Oh no.
He busted in my door, just came in like the police.
Yeah. and
just was about to beat the kid. I thought I was gonna have to hold back the dad.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking he's a cop. Well, I don't really know the laws on are you allowed to beat your kids in public? But he was. And then the cop turns around and tells me, he's like, I'm going to fucking kill him when we get home. And I'm sitting there scratching my head should I call the cops?
Yeah, the authorities.
So anyways, and then I got moved to Parkway Plaza.
Yes! Let's go El Cajon. Let's go El Cajon.
When shit hit the fan. A buddy of mine, his name is Mark. He's in the Navy now.
Nice.
And him and I... Dude, we used to bust heads,
We got some stories.
Dude, we used to bust heads, man. So much so that my nephew, who went to Grossmont High School, overheard some kids talking, saying, don't steal from the Parkway Plaza Macy's because they'll fuck you up. Legit. We were we didn't fuck around.
You were like, what was that Terry Tate and that one other white dude that the office... Oh, my God. Why do I tell you these,
I don't know.
These things?
But we were all undercover, so... It was funny because people always say I look like a cop. I got the high and tight haircut.
Yeah, you have
rocking my.
Again, you were in the military, and you know what? That has a residual effect to you afterwards. I mean, you could tell who was in the Marines. And I mean, real quick story. I went to not Raytheon. It doesn't matter. I went to a place that supplies military stuff to the military.
Yeah.
And the guard there, just a simple guard there. He worked for the security company, not the company, but the company that hired them.
Yeah.
High and tight.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Yeah. From New York. You could tell, you could tell, Marines.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I always got the black Oakleys on. You know,
you do it.
So I actually had a guy one time tell me I was a terrible undercover. He goes, I knew who you were, man. He's like, I knew you were some type of authority, and I did it anyway. I went against my gut feeling, and now all of a sudden, now you have me in handcuffs. And I said, well, what did you learn?
Yeah.
Anyways, I got offered the investigations task force gig.
Right.
And what they did is they investigated employee fraud.
Oh, so you went from shaking people that just stole to the actual people that were employed.
So statistically, in the retail world, 70% of the company's loss comes from employees.
Whoa.
70%. It's access. They have access to the cash, the merchandise, discounts, things like that.
I don't have balls to do that, dude,
no.
all.
Especially when when you get hired. I used to do new hire orientations because they have a loss prevention section. You flat out tell them you're being monitored 24/7.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around.
Yeah,
that's the gist of it.
Right.
And they do it anyway. So anyways, when I got that gig, I started investigating. Employees. And then that's when it was like, wow, people are scandalous.
No shame.
No shame.
No shame whatsoever. Because I used to work at Wienerschnitz off Magnolia.
How did I steal in hundreds? We ended up getting them for $4,000. We charged them with embezzlement.
Oh my God! Doesn't it after a certain amount of money? Doesn't that become a actual what is that called? Felony?
It depends on the situation. See,
stealing though. What do you mean?
Stealing is stealing, but the law says say you walk into a store and you put something in your pocket and you walk out, but you had money on you. It's just shoplifting because you had enough to cover what you had to do.
Okay.
You can say that you did not go in with the intent to steal.
I accidentally walked out. I didn't get the shirt I wanted.
But if you have no money on you whatsoever and you steal a candy bar, you can be charged with burglary because they're going to say, why were you even going into the store when you know you didn't even have money? You went in with the intent. Now, if you use any kind of force, doesn't matter what you steal. You can
that's
still,
robbery then.
Yeah, if you.
I learned that from Ant-Man.
Yeah, so you
another movie that you didn't watch.
I have not seen Ant-Man. I don't care what you steal. If a loss prevention guy or an employee tries to stop you and you try to run or you try to use any force, then it becomes robbery.
Yeah, I guess that's what I learned in Ant-Man, and only Ant-Man. I swear, I don't read too many books unless it has something to do with dragons and wizards. I don't really read the books, but I watched Ant-Man, and he was a burglar. Like he didn't. He'd go into empty houses and steal from empty houses, and that's it. But when you rob someone, there's a little bit of force.
Yeah,
that's a difference between.
So it's like when I
am educated.
When I started teaching at Macy's,
mm-hmm.
I would leave
Jiu-jitsu.
No, not.
I like how you did that.
Not at Macy's. Well, I kind of actually. It was funny. Is me and my old partner Mark. We had carpeted floors, and we'd move our desk.
Yeah,
because he was a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
You told me when we would roll, you'd be like, he got me into it, right? That guy.
No. That's my buddy Justin.
I meant no. That's not the guy that you told me about.
A different white guy. I don't know why. Like all my friends, my good friends, are usually white.
That's the right choice. I mean, you can go the cholo route. And
those are my cousins. I stay away from them.
Well, see, there you go. You're racist. You're a racist. Why do I get all the racists on my show? What the fuck? This is terrible. You're a teacher too.
I grew up in Lemon Grove, man. You got to pick and choose who you.
We're hip to the bad.
And I know I could talk about them because they all have like cricket phones and stuff like that. They don't know what a podcast is.
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard. They all got cricket phones. And you don't see cricket in La Jolla.
No.
You see that shit on Lemon Grove and Broadway.
You can't
that's terrible. Oh, you're a terrible person.
On your Boost mobile Android.
God, you're the worst person. I've had racism on the show, left to right, from Mike Marrera. That's the worst. The cricket. That was the worst. I don't know
because I have a 6S Plus.
Oh my God! Yeah, with Verizon. You're Verizon.
I'm very materialistic when it comes to my phones.
Oh my God!
Actually, no. I got my case on eBay for like $2.
Okay.
So
all right. Enough of this.
Anyway,
yeah. So So obviously, you went to the Macy's route. You knocked some heads together. All of a sudden, you found the jiu-jitsu route.
Well, a buddy of mine, he was a blue belt at the time. He had been doing jiu-jitsu for about 3 years.
Yeah.
So, I was I thought the door was opening by
myself.
No. Sorry.
I'm going to pause it real quick. Okay. Keep that story in mind.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a good conversation.
I know, I'm
the
sorry.
Whole time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I'm sorry. I had to pause it. Somebody decided his life is less important than the show. Mike, what had happened was Marrera joining me and Coach Ricky. We were having a really good conversation. I thought it was a little personal, kind of, sort of. But we were talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and how I feel about it, how Coach Ricky feels about it, and Mike is an idiot. So Mike's a bitch. He doesn't want to ever step on the mat with Big Daddy. Anywho, but Rick,
I wasn't upset that Mike was late. I'm upset that you didn't record that entire.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought it was just an intimate thing. I thought
so interesting.
Okay. Anyway, so we're
Dominic
going from the whole.
Just like the last.
Trying to move on, Mike. I'm trying to move on, Mike, and you shut the fuck up. So you went for the Macy's thing. So he discovered jiu-jitsu, and we had a really good conversation of jiu-jitsu. So I personally was saying, like, I am offended, not offended. I'm mad that I don't have my blue belt yet because I feel my time on the mat with 5-star, time on the mat everywhere else. I'm not saying I should be awarded it. I should have a chance to test for it because I've rolled with blue belts and I've beaten them or I have shut them down. I just give them a straight up shutdown.
Like every instructor has their own set. Like
right.
The old school way. Mm-hmm. The blue belts beat the white belts. The purple belts beat the blue belts.
Yeah.
The brown belts beat the purple belts, and the black belts beat the brown belts.
Right.
That's how it was in the old days.
And haven't you heard, like, sometimes black belts get tapped by
purples,
or even whites?
Oh yeah,
because it's just like, oh my God, I underestimated this white, and all of a sudden I get tapped.
He was going in that direction with what he was about to
say. I don't like this. I don't like this.
So what I'm saying is like, is the whole demotion thing. If I gave you a blue belt and you went to a different school and you put a white belt on, that's a slap in the face to me. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I awarded you that blue belt. Yeah. I felt that's you saying that you don't feel competent in your instructor's game to not strap that on and be proud of it.
Right, yeah. No, I totally get that.
So, And then if you go to a school and an instructor says, "Well, take your blue belt off. Let me give you a white belt." That's an ego thing. That's saying your instructor's jiu-jitsu is not as good as mine.
Yeah.
That's that whole traditional martial art thing. My Wing Chun is better than your Choi Li Foot.
Oh man.
And the whole
Choi Li Foot.
you know,
I don't even know what that is. That is a thing of the past nowadays, especially with UFC 1. Like that opened up everyone's eyes what fucking worked. And I mean, to go back, and I didn't mean to offend you or anything, but we were talking about, like, if I was awarded a blue belt at this school, I wouldn't wear it at another school because I don't want to offend anyone, especially the students, because they're the worst. They could be because, like, he's coming in with the blue belt, he thinks he's a blue belt. Yeah. I'm going to tap him as hard as I possibly could instead of allowing me to learn. Yeah. And so on and so forth. So that's where I was getting with that. But I understand as an instructor,
but they don't know
I
your
didn't think
struggle
about that. I did not understand that, and I apologize for saying something like that too.
No,
I'm not sorry for what I meant. I'm just.
But again, like you have your blue belt, and let's say you're a blue belt and Mike's a white belt. He doesn't know what you went through to get that blue belt. He has no. Okay, we'll flip it around. So say he's a blue belt. Say you're a white belt.
Oh my God! You know how annoying? You know how fucking annoying that is?
It's like someone saying, like when people look at me, they go, "There's no way that guy could fight. He's stout, he's chubby. Look at the guy." But then they roll with me.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I walked in, like I expected to see like somebody that was
yoked out,
and looking like just
like Dominic,
cauliflower ear, like to the fullest,
handsome, and then you got the raisin over here.
And then I come in and I see
he had the balls to wear a purple belt or his purple belt here, and I'm like, "You are raisin, man." He goes, "Michael, make fun of me, man, dressed in normal clothes, man."
We would get like
serious? Did you just come in a purple belt?
And that's it. He had no pants on or anything.
So, it's funny because like our stand-up coach, he's all like roided out and shit. His tattoos everywhere. He looks like a.
I just think he works for it. I don't think he's roided out. That's my opinion.
No, I know for a fact.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's
then
you're an asshole. Yeah, he's very open about it. And then the other guy was, he wasn't buff, but he's very lanky. Jeff, he's very lanky, and you look at him, and then people all the time would say, "Well, I want to roll with him," and they would point at me immediately.
Yeah,
and we would just smirk because they knew they were about to get their ass whooped. And I tell people this all the time: you got to have probably a good 20 minutes of rolling in you to try to even get me to the point of even starting to get tired. And when people and people go 20 minutes, maybe I can do that. Roll for 30 seconds as hard as you can. You'll be gassed.
30 seconds, dude. I remember.
It's funny because when he was, I guess you were a white belt or you were barely like learning.
He's still a white belt.
Oh, are you? Damn, that's like 20 years ago, bro. What the hell?
I've been rolling a long time.
No, but he took me to his little warehouse or whatever.
That was 5-star.
And
I took
him
to 5-star.
Oh, okay.
And he was pretty much like.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the garage. I was trading in.
Yeah, you were like he was showing me his stuff, and like
as a white belt.
Yeah, that shit is intense. I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
I like personally because I've had people say like, oh, you need to look the part. What part? Jiu-jitsu's for everyone. Yeah. That's the message we try to give out. I don't care.
I'm just saying. Look at what's his name? That fighter Mark Hunt. That fool does not. I mean, like he looks
like
Big Country in the MMA. He doesn't.
Well, Mark Hunt.
I know who Mark Hunt is.
Yeah, I mean he's all right. I know who Mark Hunt is.
I know, right?
Nowhere near.
All right,
man. Do you want to fight again?
No, coach.
But,
no, coach.
He doesn't look the part. Like he looks like a big Samoan cat that's like, I'm a fight.
Good day. You want to fight? And then that's how he gets it on.
That's like your media right there, man. You know, it's like
you gotta look fucking like he traps this big and like just roided up,
dude. Like I've seen girls before that are not like in the magazine, tons of them, and they're beautiful.
Yes, I am. Thank
you. Men too. It's like it's like people say, "Oh, how come that guy has a hot girl?" People say that all the time. It's well, because he's probably handsome.
That was not to be.
Because to her,
shit, is that nothing?
Fuck, Kalita.
Oh shit!
He was like, "They don't say that to me."
I said that. That's the first time you guys came to the gym. I'm just playing.
He is not gonna get none for the next month. After you better not just delete this edit that out.
No, I said that like, how did he get her?
That's right.
So I'm safe.
Yeah.
So,
but
Lena, don't whoop my ass.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but society like always like
Well, look at Helio Gracie, who started the shit, and he took Japanese jiu-jitsu.
He couldn't even do a pull-up.
Yeah, and he goes, "Look, I'll."
He actually had a medical condition where he couldn't gain muscle. He was so weak. He was 130 pounds, couldn't do a pull-up.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the doctors didn't know what was wrong with him. He just couldn't. I'm sure it was.
It's all that acai berry. All
that acai.
What is that called?
Acai.
Okay, see, that's how much it doesn't fucking work. That's how much it doesn't work.
Acai.
Okay.
Acai.
Acai, man, aren't you?
Okay, so I strained one Inuit,
and he's full on burrito or burrito.
Racist. I told you, Coach.
Racist motherfucker, man.
One burrito short of a taco stand.
Earlier, you said something about me offending my cousins, and I said, no, those fools all have cricket phones. They don't know what a podcast is.
I was like, you don't see cricket in La Jolla,
that or Boost.
You get the motherfucking podcast.
They still have the
Boost
chirp on their shit.
Oh man,
yo,
that big ass Sprint. Where you at?
Where you at? That's it.
That's annoying. I cannot stand it when people are on speakerphone in public.
Right? Get off of your phone. I don't care.
No, be on your phone, just not on speakerphone. Just be like, hey.
Or the people that are walking or on the bus or whatever, and they're just bumping their jabs. They're just like,
yes.
I hate this. I hate this. So what I'm doing, I'm putting my phone right up to the bottom of my lip and just, yeah. And let me tell you something else, son. And it's like, dude, just a quick.
Why they gotta be black though, man?
I didn't say they were black.
Why you gotta put on a black accent?
You had the burrito comment. Let's get off of it, okay? Let's just remember what he said about burritos. Next time you see him eating a chimichanga, get in his ass. Get all up in his ass.
Yeah, dude. Like people that just.
Oh yeah.
Never judge a book by its cover. That's what I've taken away. One of the bigger things I've taken away from jiu-jitsu is never judge a book by its cover. Because if they roll with me and you, they're in a world, well, you mostly, they're in a world of hurt. If they misjudge you, if they respect you, that's a different type of role.
Doesn't matter if they respect me or not. I'm still going to crush them.
Well, I respect them.
I crush you. Well,
that's why you always lose.
So kind of going back to when I got into jiu-jitsu, my best friend is a blue belt. I didn't know what he did. I thought he did karate. He wore the pajamas with the belt. I didn't know.
The robes.
Yeah, right?
There you go.
I was like,
Mr. Miyagi.
I'm not going to have to go fucking paint your fence, am I? So
my fence is pretty fucked up.
So anyway, he said, dude, like, because I was a high school wrestler. Oh, you're a wrestler. You're going to fit right in. I got my ass kicked by this, like, 120-pound little, like, 17-year-old white kid.
Yeah.
And I thought, he took my back, and he choked me out.
Yeah.
And I thought, what just happened?
Yeah.
Because I went in like, I did my first wrestling tournament in 1989. My brother was a big-time club wrestler and stuff like that. I've, literally grew up on the mats. People say, well, my family actually had their own wrestling. We're called the Lemon Grove Bulldogs. We had our own wrestling club.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And so, he said, never heard of him.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I've heard of him.
And so anyways, I thought, this is my blood. Wrestling's in my blood. I got this.
Yeah.
Got choked out. And then I went to 5-Star. That was at a place called South Bay Jiu-Jitsu in Chula Vista. Well,
okay.
Obviously. And and I went to 5-Star. You know Russ.
Sure.
Russ is like this big old beer belly. Yeah. Like, he's like 60. Yeah, he's probably not that old, but he's an old dude. Dude just like
just shitting on people,
right?
I'm like, we gotta promote the show. We gotta promote you.
Dude just like choked me out, and I thought, come on,
yeah,
that old dude just choked me out. I'm 24 at the time.
Yeah.
And so that was when I kind of scratched my head and thought, I gotta learn this.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's defining moment as far as discovering jiu-jitsu. The minute you go into that that tough guy mode, and you go, look, this little guy is not going to beat me. Like, I don't care what color his belt is, and all of a sudden
that goes with the same thing that you're saying about this blue belt, dude. Like, you never know, you might just get that lucky.
I've beat him. He's never beaten me before.
Once.
He held me down once, and that's as far as that went.
Every fight's different.
No, not with that dude. Not with that dude.
Fight's a different outcome, son.
He went for the quote-unquote double leg, like if you were on your knees for some reason, and he hugged my butt and took me in. but I wanted guard anyway because I sucked into butterfly. If you guys don't know what that means.
I want to see that.
We'll demonstrate for Mike and
No, not see that. I want to see that guy.
I'll take that dude. I could take him to this day because jiu-jitsu is, they say, like MMA and everything, 90% of it is mental. 90% of it is mental. And I know for a fact every time me and him rolled, he's like, you. Every time. I've always heard him say that. And I go, it's fun. Like, it's fun. It's learning for me because he was a different type of wrestler wrestler than you were a wrestler and Al was a wrestler. So it was a different type of wrestling. He always sucked me in and tried to outdo it. But you just you had heavy hips to get around my guard. Al had a bulldozer kind of wrestling, so it was different. And I beat him every time. As far as mentally wise, I was like, he's not gonna get past me. Like, I don't know why he keeps with this. It may work on everybody else, but it's not working for my style. I'm not saying I was bad. I'm saying my style clashed with his style, and he couldn't get past it. That's all. And he didn't learn from it. I gained a ton of experience because I'm like, okay, I can get away with this. Now I can get away with that. Yeah. I really let it loose. But I learned. He didn't. And I think that's where you should take jiu-jitsu. If this doesn't work, you have to learn something else. In life, too.
Autistic people are,
He was Down syndrome. Get it right.
And I'm not clowning on autistic people. I just think this dude is better than what Dominic's telling me.
I shouldn't probably say that the kid's 8.
You rolling one on him here again?
He said,
she's 6.
Let me get on those kids' Anohea's class.
You know what, man? I'm not gonna do that. So, Rick, you came on the show for a reason, and I want to promote this reason. You left your previous gym.
Correct.
It was a good gym. I have nothing bad to say about it, but that's a different story. So you hooked up with a different gym. You were about to do your own thing, and then someone just plucked you up.
Well, I still am doing my own thing.
Oh, it is your own thing.
Yes. So my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu services company is called Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
No, you have a website and stuff like that? Flow Roll.
Yeah. Not yet. My web designer is being lazy.
You.
No.
Oh.
No. I got a Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Flow Roll BJJ. Instagram. Flow Roll BJJ.
Yeah. Mike's checking it out right now.
There's really nothing on it, but
look, you invited me.
Hey, the guy that beat him, he's on it.
He didn't. Anyway. Oh my God.
Flow like FLOW.
Correct.
Yeah. So Rick, let me tell you, Rick. I've rolled with a lot of different people, and I've had the pleasure of sharing mats with everybody, and I've had a really good time. But Rick, you always stuck out to me because you were always better than me, as everybody else is. But you were interested in me as a person and not just another partner. Like, I can learn from him, maybe. So you were like, Dom, you text me the other day. You're like, dude, when are you going to come roll? And I go, I'm really busy. I was like, what's up? Like, is everything okay? And you're like, I just want someone different. I have a little bit of a different style, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. But you're like, I need different people, Dom.
Yeah.
Come on by. And I was very touched by that, and I really appreciate that. I mean, not just for on air, but as a man. I really appreciate you contacting me. And that's why I always go back to you. Like, I would love you. I send a lot of people to the other gym. I was like, I want you guys to go there. So you can check Rick out at Flow. What is it called?
That's what I'm looking
What is it called, Rick?
Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, you can check them out on Facebook. Do you have an Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, no, you don't.
I get hit in the head a lot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, we sparred before, too. That was fun as well.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
What?
Or you're not on IG.
Okay, so let's get into what you want to do. What are you trying to promote? You got Flow Roll. You're in Lemon Grove. Let's elaborate on that.
It's just actually what you said. It was just helping people. My path is not your path.
Right.
Mike's path is not my path.
My path ain't nobody's path.
If I could, at the end of the day, help somebody kind of figure out their path or help them on their path, then I've done my job for that day.
Yeah, whether it is with you or it is without you, they at least tried a lane in their life and go, you know what, that's not for me. And that's one lane closed off, and they can move forward.
I never really felt like I was really super good at anything. I was good at baseball. I always made all-stars and things like that. And I've always kind of been like a good athlete. Like, I could pick up a tennis racket and be pretty decent at tennis if I stuck my mind. I've always been that kid. I skateboarded for a long time. But I always kind of felt like my friends were a little bit better than me.
Yeah. Glass ceiling kind of thing.
Yeah, like I surf. When I go surfing with certain people, I always feel like they're better than me. Mm-hmm. Jiu-jitsu is one of those things that I really just thought, you know what? I get this.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what I'm really good at? Helping people with their jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. That was when I was like, well, wait a minute. That's when the light bulbs start going off.
Yeah.
I'm really good at helping people go down their path.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, what am I doing? I just want to help people on this path, whether it be self-defense, kids self-defense, women's self-defense, whether you want to be a cage fighter. I've brought guys in the cage and I've made them champions.
Yeah.
I've taken kids. I've made them champions. Wrestlers,
like
grapplers.
There's other kids that my kid would roll with or tried. I mean, she did her best. And you know what? There was gold medals coming out of your camp. And I was like, dude, these kids are, I mean, if you would make them bigger, they would school me any day. They would school a lot of people any day, and they came out of your camp.
And I know I'm a way better teacher than I am a practitioner, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, that's a good thing.
No, I'm okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. Other purple belt, brown belts, they'll mop me up. But I love the fact that I can get with another purple belt. Hell, I've even done it with brown belts. And they go, boom, light bulb. I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, I'm teaching somebody that's a higher rank than me. You know, one time I had Jeff had said, I need you to run a class. And I said, well, Josh is here. He was a brown belt at the time. I was a blue belt. He was 2 belts above me. And he goes, yeah, I need you to run the class.
Some people can do their thing, and some people have that talent to teach someone.
To teach them. So,
I've coached a Mighty Might football team. And as a coach, honestly, people were like, man, you're a good coach.
Yeah.
But as me playing football, no.
So when I got hooked up with these people at Body by Discipline in Lemon Grove, it was, you know, when the guy asked me, he said, what are you looking to get paid? I said, nothing if you can't afford it. I said, I'll teach for free.
Well, there shows your passion.
If that's what you want. Because I want a program and I want to guide people down that path. It's a Body by Discipline, Mike. He said, well, no, you know, he was kind of like, no, man, that's ridiculous. You're going to provide a service. You know, we're going to compensate you. And I said, well, okay. I said, but, you know, very good guys down there.
Yeah.
Awesome guys.
Lemon
Grove.
Grove.
They have, they have a location in Point Loma as well.
Oh, okay.
And I think that was kind of like a light bulb for him. He said, well, wait a minute, this guy's, you know, want to teach for free, and I am. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, people would say, oh, I want a private lesson with you, but I don't have the $80. And I'm like, what $80?
Yeah.
Come train.
Yeah. And you were always like that. So I remember because just like a couple weeks ago, I was going to hit you up, but I didn't know. I mean, it's not like we had that relationship kind of like let's text every day. On the mat and in the gym, we have great conversations. And
you try to text me every day, but I ignored you.
I wasn't going to mention that, but I wanted to hit pads one day, really bad. I just wanted to hit pads. That's all I wanted to do. I was going to hire you for half an hour because I cannot go a whole hour of just straight hitting pads, like 2-minute rounds, 1 minute break.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hit pads.
Yeah.
I didn't want a conversation. I didn't want nothing. I was going to say, Coach Rick, can you just hold pads for me and just let me just hit pads? And you're the first person I thought of. I mean, I have like 1 or 2 other people I can call. And that I've experienced and stuff, but I was like, you know what? But I want Coach Rick to do it. I think there's a better relationship, and he's more invested because this is not a normal call. You know what I mean? So I think the intimacy that we have as far as martial arts go is way more stronger than if you could just go somewhere and be like, oh yeah, no, it's a good gym. It could be a good gym, but how's your instructor's relationship with you?
See, you got that intuition. Like as far as like,
it's funny. Somebody at the old gym, someone told one of the other instructors, "Hey, I want to do a private lesson with Coach Ricky, and I want him to hold pads." And he said, "Why?" And she said, "Because he's funny and he makes me laugh, but we train hard, and he coaches me through every step of the way."
Right.
And he goes, "Well, if you're gonna get Ricky for $80, do jujitsu." You know, do wrestling. Do something that you're going to get a lot out of it.
You might as well.
And so she did, and she did a private lesson with me, and then she started buying a bunch of them because she was like, I learned so much, but I had fun.
Yeah.
You know, well, you know me.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
40% of my class is me. It's like a stand-up show. You know, like
that's the best.
And he
as long as you're strict. You're strict where you need to be.
He's very. Actually, I'll give Rick this. He is very strict with the kids.
He needs to be. But,
absolutely. But when it came, we volleyed. I mean, it was just a nonstop shit show with me and him.
Yeah.
It was talking shit. I would roll with someone else and notice him across the way and talk shit to him over there, and he would talk shit right back. And it was just that's what made it super fun.
I'm gonna text somebody next time we roll.
we have a. No, don't do that. I told you, I'll fucking bite you. He was rolling with someone. You know what? Fuck you. All right. You're gonna tell your boring story.
No, he's gonna tell me what.
No. I hate that.
I was rolling with the blue belt one time, and I was on top, and my phone went off, and so I just grabbed my phone and
while you were rolling.
While I was rolling,
so he's in total position. He grabs his fucking phone and he texts.
I just said, "I'm busy. Text you back" or something like that. And then he whacks my phone out of my hand. He's like, "You dick!" And I submitted him.
You know how that? You know that wasn't me because you said roll with the blue belt. Anyways,
and we all know you're still a white belt.
No, my daughter has 2 stripes on her white belt, and she teases me all the fucking time.
You were rolling with him.
No.
I was like, dude, that's
see, he just told him that he just missed that joke.
I could have made tea and everything if I was rolling with him.
You could have taught me while rolling with him.
Oh, okay. That's really funny. I'm like, hold on, let me finish grading these papers. I've done that before with new students.
I'm not liking this, man. Every time we have a guest on, it turns to a dumb shit show. I'm not liking this, man. Well, you know what? I'm gonna end it there. It's 54 minutes already. So fuck you guys.
How long is the podcast usually?
It's whatever we want it to be.
Oh, okay.
Usually we go to about 45 minutes.
No, it's as long as he wants it to be.
Because I cut out that shit and make me look good. Like Dom is the best jiu-jitsu. So I go there.
Well, you want to look at the website?
Yes. So it's Body by Discipline. Mike has a very shitty. Was it?
Come on, I don't have a shitty phone. Why can't you look it up on your phone? Because your phone is shitty.
Because you ain't saying shit.
See, iPhone. That's what I'm saying. Apple gang.
That's why. Droid. Well, that's why I said I could talk to people about cricket. I said I have a 6S Plus. So, you know.
Okay,
See, I have the 6S. I didn't get Plus because it's so too damn big. But
I love it. Netflix is great on this thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, I still enjoy Netflix.
Yeah. Well, you could go back in the 90s and get this. I don't know what this.
What is that?
It looks like
is that a flip phone?
Looks like is that a VCR? Is that a beeper?
That's a fucking sidekick.
Hey, is that a beeper, bro?
It's got scales on it like an actual dinosaur. Okay, so bodybydiscipline.com.
So if you go to bodybydiscipline.com, you can go check it out.
Bodybydiscipline.com.
I'll be teaching jiu-jitsu classes Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m.
Yeah, try one free class.
Yeah. And if you enroll before June 1st, we'll waive your enrollment fee.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, right on, dude. That's a good deal. Enrollment fees suck, but I guarantee you're going to get your money's worth with Coach Rick if you do your jiu-jitsu program. I had my own kid, so I'm not bullshitting when I say this. I had my own kid under the tutelage of Coach Ricky. I was under the tutelage of Coach Ricky. I did my second tournament with Coach Ricky. I went 2-2. Hey. A hard-fought tournament. You know, I did the best I could.
Did you get gold?
Hey, so
no, I was just. Let's not talk about what I did because me and the guy.
I forgot.
I think if I would have won my last one, I would have. It was really weird because they had an odd number of guys. So if I would have beat that guy, I think I would have actually had to fight for a 5th time instead of 4 times.
Oh, that's
because we tied. Me and that guy tied.
That's right.
We both went 2-2.
I remember that now.
So yeah, and then he lost to another guy, which got bronze. And I think if I would have won, I would have had to fight that guy for bronze.
Okay.
And so I would have got 3rd place if I won my last one. So we had it was a weird thing, but I lost nonetheless.
Hey, but Bodies by Discipline, you got Body by Discipline. You got different programs.
Well, there's one more than one body there.
That's a porn site.
Oh.
I already tried. I put the S on there. Don't put the S.
They got different programs. They got the
they got
kids
boxing.
program.
Yeah,
They got the personal training with Coach Rick.
Yeah.
Boxing and
do you know the
kickboxing.
address off the top of your head? What's the address?
Taekwondo and after school program. That's
nice, man.
great.
So they have everything. And
they got everything there. Yeah,
and it's I mean, for me, it's right down the street. Rick, you're doing such a good thing. Keep going. Bodybydiscipline.com.
You can find them or visit them at 7865 Broadway Avenue, Lemon Grove, 91945.
So what time are you going to be there, Coach Rick?
Kids classes are going to start at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
That's 9 time. Can we change that?
Adult class is going to be 7 p.m., 7 to 8:30.
That's 9 time for you. You got a curfew. Some kids don't.
I don't like that.
You're right down the street from your house, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like this.
Send smoke signals to your family or something, man.
I hit him up at like 7:30. Oh, we're all going to sleep.
Are you gonna fall asleep right now? It's 8.
He got to go take a shower and get in his PJs.
Does the mic like reach over to the couch? You can lay down, do the show from the couch.
Oh man, I should have did this live. I want everybody to see his face.
Or from your fucking space toilet.
But hey, you guys can also
That's
email.
an intense toilet, man.
Email.
Fucking shit. I thought I was gonna lose. Like, lucky these aren't that long.
He has those sweater things that tighten up your hood. Almost got caught in that vortex of a toilet I have.
But scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, hit up Coach Rick at bodybydiscipline@gmail.com.
Facebook. Flow Roll BJJ or Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah,
people don't know what BJJ is and they think it's like sexual. So Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu Jitsu,
isn't it?
Like my again like
I went to the wrong website.
Like my
Flow Roll BJ is what I wanted.
Well, that's like my 12-year-old son.
Don't go to Flow Roll BJ. Flow Roll BJJ. I'm sorry. See, this is what happens on a podcast. You do.
FloorRollBJ.com.
Flow.
No, he's thinking floor roll. Don't go to that. You'll get a virus on your shit.
FLOW
in your
roll.
pants. You get a virus. Maybe a couple bumps on your dick. But hey, who hasn't?
We've all been there. We've all been there.
We've all been there, right?
We've all been there. Call your best friend. Hey, I got a bump on my dick.
My dick just sneezed.
Look at this. Look at this. There's something wrong.
I wiped my dick sneezed. I said gesundheit. Oh, and I wiped the snot out of my dick.
Is that normal?
Hey, is this
Hey,
normal?
shit.
Is that normal?
Shit.
Hey,
That's funny.
Well, I'm cutting that out.
There's this pukey discharge coming out of my dick.
Hey, man. I kept it cool with the sneeze. You took it there.
You still want to roll them?
No. He has drip dick, man. I thought that was sweat. I thought that was just good old cardio, but
let me say something that reminds me. For all of you guys out there that do want to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, please wear underwear.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Because ball steak is real.
Because there's always that one guy at every academy who doesn't wear underwear underneath his gi pants.
You should have a big ass sign.
And it freaks.
Always that fucking asshole that tries to mount your for the Kimura, and his nuts are right, and you're like, dude, that is nut sweat.
What is that?
on my
no
fucking
shirt,
nose?
No pants, no service.
Yes.
Just be like
no chonies, no service.
Don't fucking come in. Don't bring your punk ass in here. I'm gonna kick you.
Choni check at the door.
That's good. I'm gonna get a Choni check station.
You want to sign up? Sign the waiver. Drop your draws or lack thereof.
You're good.
Or we like sneak it in the sign up.
Oh my god.
Have you ever done this before? Yes or no? Are you over 18? Do you wear chonies?
Oh my god.
I don't know, like
What?
yeah.
I don't understand this question.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's
Mike,
funny.
we're gonna get a hold of us, man.
You can get a hold of us at mod4up@gmail.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
SoundCloud,
YouTube, and iTunes.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
Can I
Have
ask
a
you guys
listen,
where you
have a
guys came
fun.
up with that name?
he's ugly
Okay.
and he's very modest.
That's right, yeah, my big dick.
That's
says
why you guys are on a
otherwise.
podcast,
So-
and not a TV show.
Yeah.
No, I want to do live, but he won't let me because
Why?
he's ugly.
Well, we
No, we're
in the works. I don't have to answer you.
I'm sure you could like build some type of Geekmobile or something that fucking shoots things live or something.
This, Mobile modesty is for ugly people. What?
Oh my god, on wheels, ugly on wheels. So you can go to Body Discipline, Body by Discipline, ByDiscipline.com. You can check out Coach Ricky on Facebook. Hit him up. And you guys have my word. He is a very good instructor. And he's very honest too. He'll be 100% honest with you, but he'll work with you at the same time. So
I'm not
check
mean.
him out. Yeah, you are.
But
you're honest about it. Yeah, he's a great instructor. I put my kid under him. I went under him. I did my tournament. I did pretty good for my second tournament first tournament under his tutelage, second tournament in general. But I actually got a couple wins under your tutelage. So we
worked hard for it.
I worked hard. You smushed me. There's a difference. So yeah, Mike, thank you for making it last minute. You came, son. You came through, Coach Ricky. Thank you for being here. Anything else, Coach Ricky?
No, thank you for having me, you guys. This was awesome.
Mike? I'll catch you cats later.